Oh.
I mean, I don't mind. Ooh, winky face. Right. 1 second. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside.
I.
Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out of the cul-de-sac. Ooh, I do not like the smell of smoke. Ooh, Robert, kind of killing it for me here. Uh, I'm trying to think of how I can best describe what the frick I was talking about before. I love a man with kids. But I'm struggling to find words, so I'm just not going to. If I think of a good analogy later, I will, but right now, my brain is dead.
I.
You like Tom Waits? I'm gonna save, because this sounds like love-related question. Apparently the correct answer is hoist that rag, baby. It's the same thing as New York and the rest of America. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, to be honest. Like, when people are like, oh yeah, America's cool. I'm like, which part? Because you have like New York, which I've never personally experienced, but you know, huge city, a lot of stuff going on, especially New York City, New York. But then you have like the country areas of Texas, Louisiana, and stuff like that. And then you have the sort of in between rural places like um, Virginia, Maryland, and like there's just so many states with so many different ways of living and stuff that like it's just a huge mix of things that you can't go to one place and be like, I have experienced America or American culture. What little culture we actually have. I love. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taken us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. I also notice that the music has changed, making me feel a little nervous now. Yeah, that's pretty dang accurate. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, it looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by. I glance over at Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there that I just can't place. You make me nervous, Robert. Robert is going to murder you. No! That makes for a very awkward. Wait. But then would the third date be like your ghost? But you're weirdly like, hey, I'm still kind of into you, Robert. I'm like thinking more seriously about that than I should. It's freaking ominous indeed. I'm scared. Alright, what's the correct response? Correct response, jump out of the freaking car. Say nothing. Uh-huh. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk and decided to keep my mouth shut. Oh yeah, he did mention that, didn't he? Uh... Oh. I got a text message and I was confused for 2 seconds because it was like, are you ready? I'm like, wait, what? Frick, did I forget about plans? But no, I'm good. This is something else. Okay, I'm gonna save that. On the one hand, Robert, you murdered me. On the other hand, you were passionate enough about me to commit murder. That'd be an interesting sudden twist of events for Dream Daddy, which seems to be more of a casual comedic game. Okay. He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. Boy, you're giving me uncomfortable vibes. Of course I'm gonna be nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just hang on, we're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? That means I'm getting out of the car. I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. Aww! Hopefully this means he's not going to murder me. That is so pretty though. Oh, there's a little lighthouse. Oh, that's so cute. In real life, I probably would be murdered. Because I'd just be like, oh, pretty. I don't need to be scared anymore. Meanwhile, the murderer would just be like, haha, perfect. I've caught you. Off guard. Ha! And then I die. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city's skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us as lights blink in the distance. Off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. False sense of security. Exactly. Man, it's all so gorgeous. This is where I come to... What? I don't know if I want to read anymore. This is where I come to. That. What? I'm kidding. Gosh dang it, Robert. Oh, this is so weird as a girl to be reading this. Even though it was a joke. I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Okay, you know what? Shut up. Just shush. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. I don't need a definition, Tail. Thank you. Oh, it really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight and I suddenly realize what it is. Thanks. Sure, thanks. Gonna go with that. Okay. Oh, shiz, that's a knife. Tail is too much. I can't. Oh! Please don't stab me! Robert reaches to his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Please, I'm a vampire. That stuff will kill me. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh, I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was going to stab you just now? What? No. Hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Robert, why are you like this? I think I read this earlier, but I'm pretty sure the best thing to do is to play along. Yep, that is the correct answer. Play. But, oh, I didn't have the game clicked on. I was like, why is my mouse not showing up? That's why. Play along. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew it. For years, I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Nothing gets past you, huh? Robert reaches to his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm gonna warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? Why is Robert a constant source of initially dangerous seeming innuendos that morph into deep character revealing innocent activities? Because this is Dream Daddy. That is why. I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. And oh my, I love his laughs. I love it. I'm sorry, my talking or laughing probably covered it, but I heard it. I was just like, ah! Caught me off guard. He and I laugh. Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. I love how casual Robert's face looks right now. It's so nice. Nathan, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and I've come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. Oh, I thank you, Robert. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground. Perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood is going to splinter. Is it the most important thing safety?
Hey.
He's like, do I look like I care about safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my dang hands. I look at his dang hands. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. Whittle scars. They are very nice hands.
Oh.
You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs. For a second, I questioned if I actually read that right. I was like, wait, what? Stick omelet. But yeah, okay. With a few hand eggs. I did not save before doing this. I hope doesn't matter.
Knife that wood.
Oh, does this matter? What am I doing? Am I doing this? I don't know what I'm doing. What is happening? That's a good start. What is it? Looks, ooh, knitting needle. It looks like a sharp stick. Is it not a sharp stick? Is there a correct answer for this? No, there is not. I am going to go with a pencil. No. It's a sharp stick. Careful, don't poke yourself with that. You made a sharp stick. Woot! Oh, you make multiple things. Alright, be seeing you, Tail. Thanks. Tell me about this one. It is a popsicle stick. Absolutely 100%. So all you need is to carve up some wooden juice, wooden fruit, and a wooden freezer. You made a popsicle stick. This is an interesting minigame, and I like it. It's a toothpick. What's the story here? Bubble popper. Toothpick. You realize that you could have just picked your teeth with a knife. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. Robert, no. Toothpick. They're just getting small. Is that an egg? What's this? Chicken nugget. Ouija board. I'm going with this one. It totally looks like an egg to me, but I'm going with this. Now all you need to do is carve up a board and we're set. And also maybe carve a ghost. Okay, it is more flat. It just looked so oval. I'm like, that's an egg. What is that? Nice form. What is it supposed to be? I don't know. It's you? You really captured my likeness. I'm impressed. It's your soul. You made Robert, I guess. Interesting. What do we have here? Ambidextrous chopstick. It's a stick. Robert, don't judge me. What? I'm carving like I've never carved before. If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time. It's... Oh, it's a swan! Nice work. I'm the meanest bird. I thought it was gonna be a tank. Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? Big old duck. The spirit of the Mustang. Sir Horseyton the Brave. Yes, it's Sir Horseyton the Brave. For my daughter. A brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature. Beautiful gift for Amanda. Yeah! Best dad, me.
There.
Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife? Ag! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. There's just one answer. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off of my hand, and swipes a bit of antiseptic onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up. Aww. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy? I guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know? Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Mothman is BS. But yeah, the town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in this city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad. You ever hear of the Dover ghost? I don't think so.
Hey.
Well, let me tell you a story.
Oh.
I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup. Pit bull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff.
Oh.
Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment. But hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I heard the most unholy growl I've heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing, nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something is watching us. Excuse me. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it in the distance. A man, but if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it. It just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body. Black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. I don't want to take him for granted. It sounds too... Okay, apparently the correct response is you're lying. So. You're way too good at storytelling, though, Robert. Have you thought about writing a novel? Okay, you're full of that. You think I'm lying? Robert pulls out his wallet and shows me a picture of a beautiful pit bull. Tell that to Betsy. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl.
Whoa.
Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me. Right?
Whoa.
I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. But now he's like, oh crap, it's real. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Great way to end the date. Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away, back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that? The Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve? Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves. We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city.
Hey.
Thanks for coming out. This was fun. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been away lately. I had to get out of the house. Aww.
Oh.
Had to be around somebody. I get it. You doing okay, man? Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette.
Oh.
Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in the sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things thought that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think.
Oh.
Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all of the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them. But there was always a light at the end of the tunnel, something I held on to that kept me going.
There.
But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. All right. I do not want to mess this up. I'm glad you Aw. That does seem like a good response. Oh, such strange responses. All right. I'm glad you told me, buddy. It must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this. Oh, yeah, that definitely. Okay, yeah. You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be. Do you ever wish you were a better father? I think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. There's so much stuff I regret or wish that I could have done better, but I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does. It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter, and it seems perfect. It isn't.
I don't know.
At least you're there for her. I stare out the window at the blur of passing trees. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me. What did your dad do? It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic. Don't think he ever once told me that he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom. Aww. Do you hate him? No, I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. When I think about all of the happiest moments in my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. I think if I remember correctly, Alex was the wife. Yeah. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison. Is that a joke or is this legit?
Huh?
What? I turn and smile at him. No, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. Gosh dang, Nathan. Oh, I'm sorry, Easy Seek. That can't be easy to deal with. We both break out into laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. What was I going to say? I think I'm really fortunate that my dad is the way he is. We definitely had a lot of rough patches before, especially once I hit high school and I really started to experience like depression for the first time. He still doesn't seem to understand that I have depression or social anxiety, because he just sees it as like, oh, it's just normal for people to be scared to talk to people and stuff. And it's like, no, this is different than that. But overall, I definitely, at least I know he does care about me and my siblings, and he works hard because he wants to make sure we have a good life. So despite all of our disagreements and the rough patches we've gone through, I could still say we have a good relationship, which I know not everyone has, which I feel really sad for. It's not easy. Anyway, let's get back to actual story. Oh, I get off on these weird tangents sometimes. Okay. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him.
Oh.
You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. Oh, that was cute. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. We will call them Nom-Nom moments. Nom-Nom moments. I like it. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting. Amanda's just like, what? You know the Mothman is BS, right? Yes, Amanda, we've established this. Amanda You know what? It's fine. I think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking towards her room. Hey, Amanda? She stops. I love you. It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too. Night. I chuckle to myself, then finally decide to go to bed. How did I do? Yes!
I'm lost in your oceanic eyes.
Oh my lord! That was a line.